Hi everyone, I'm Monarch of Tetris, and today I'll be showing you my fully customized and upgraded Woodland Mansion. I've always loved Woodland Mansions in Minecraft. They're my favorite structure in the game. Something about how mysterious, rare, and detailed they are has always fascinated me. I also just like the pillagers a lot. They're super cool. So basically I just went through and upgraded each room in the mansion one by one. I tried to keep the original vibe and idea of each room the same, but there's a couple I changed, which I'll be sure to say when I get to them. During the tour, I'll go over each room and say how much of it I changed, which ranges from a small touch up to full renovation. Before we start, on the roof I added a bunch of torches so a bunch of mobs don't spawn at night. And then I also did the same on the inside because apparently pillagers don't know how to properly light up their mansion for some reason. So on the outside, first thing I did is the mansion spawned in this lake, so I just added this path, put some torches on the end, then added this area where the pillagers could fish. Starting on the inside, again added a bunch of torches. For each room, I added a glowing dark oak hanging sign. I think it looks pretty cool. This room I imagined is the weapons room, so it has a bunch of armor stands with iron armor on them. Then I put some weapons in here, sword, axe, crossbow. Not a big change. This room was the secret room with the tree in it. I kind of imagined it as like a carpenter's room. Side note, why is there no carpenter villager occupation in Minecraft? I feel like that would work really well. Anyway, if there was, I would put that block in here. Next room is just a mushroom farm. I didn't change too much with this. Makes a lot of sense. Next room is just a normal farm. I kind of just expanded this because I think the pillagers would need more food. So they have carrots, wheat growing, composting block at the end, a little desk. This was another farm. Originally this room was something else I didn't know what to do with, so I just converted it into a farm. I made this one like halfway filled, like they're still expanding. Next room is the church. This is the room with the big villager head made all out of wool and this little scepter thing. I kind of imagined this as like a religious services room, so I named it the church, added these stairs that are kind of like pews, a lectern where the head villager would, do his sermon. Next room is just one of these big storage rooms. All I did for this one is just add a bunch of carpet to the floor. Didn't really feel like filling these chests with a bunch of stuff, but just imagine they're filled with all the kind of necessities pillagers would need. Then this is the first of this break room. I kind of imagined it as. There's a few of these first, so I'll just go over it this time. So just added some stairs, added a couple more flowers. I guess imagine this is where the pillagers take their breaks when they're not working. Onto the right side of the first floor. So this room I imagine is the butcher. I think the pillagers would need to hunt and kill a lot of animals to sustain their population. So I added this cobblestone table here where they can cut and gut up animals. Smokers in the back where they can cook meat. Cauldrons. Then maybe on these ladders they can hang up animal carcasses. The next room is another mushroom farm. And pretty similar. Makes sense that the pillagers would eat mushrooms. This room just had this big pillager face here. I added some of their famous ominous flags. I don't know why there's not any in the pillager base to begin with. They look so cool. So I kind of imagine this as like an arbitration room. I kind of set these up. If there's like an argument between the pillagers, they can come in this room and hash it out. Next is another storage room. Just a little smaller than the last one. This room I did a lot of changes on, so I imagine this one is a prison. So I kind of upgraded it, added walls to the top, iron bars, iron door that you open with a button, a couple beds in here for the prisoners, cauldron, desk, and then like a prison you actually can't get out of it from this side, so gotta break that. So this is where the pillagers would keep their prisoners. And this is another break room, same design as the last one. That's the first floor. Second floor, starting on the right. I imagine this is kind of a workroom. So a crafting table, blast furnaces, a couple normal furnaces, the crafting table, a loom, a stone cutter, and a couple beds here for pillagers to watch over things as they're cooking in the furnaces. So workroom. Next is the first one of these few study rooms. There's a few in the mansion. So just a big table, flowers. Pillagers love their flowers. Some chairs, a couple bookshelves. Was the stairs, go over that later. Here's another study room, design identical to the first one. Here's a flower garden. So what I did here is I upgraded, added some more flowers, different types of flowers in here. Some more vines. It's made it look a little nicer. Villagers really like their flowers, which is something I noticed, so I tried to accentuate that in rooms that had flowers. Chest filled with allium. Next, this is a general workroom, the biggest one in the mansion. So I just added more chairs here, more of these little carpets, which I imagine is like just little workstations. Each table has a flower on it. Kind of a bigger table over here for if any bigger projects need to get done. And here I imagine this room is the sleeping quarters. So for all the beds, I replaced the fake beds made out of wool with like actual beds. So a bunch of beds here for the pillagers to sleep on. I kind of imagine them as having a communal society, so they kind of sleep head to feet here in these beds. Then I imagine these kind of as changing rooms, so you kind of just go, so pillagers just change here, get ready in the morning. So two of these. And I imagine this ladder kind of just leads up to like a little overseer. So they have a larger blue bed, chest, some flowers as added decoration. This room I imagine is an armorer and weaponsmith. Villagers have a lot of weapons, so they need some way to upgrade them and maintain them. So they have a grindstone here, anvil, smithing table, armor stand, couple of fletching tables, normal table over here. So this is a workroom. Big table here for big projects. Another table here just for smaller group projects. Chairs, carpet. I imagine this is kind of the town hall, or mansion hall. So I added a lot of the ominous flags in here. Added like a lectern here for someone if they want to speak in front of the group. So I guess this is where the pillagers meet. Maybe every day, maybe once a week to go over issues. I just added these big, just like a bunch of chairs here for all the pillagers to be able to fit and sit down. I imagine this mansion maybe can hold, 30 to 50 pillagers. Somewhere around that. So I wanted them to all be able to sit in this room comfortably. And they all got these white carpet to rest their hands on. Here's the famous fight pit. So I just improved this a little bit, added some flags. So this is where pillagers have chickens fight, or maybe even people they have them fight in here. So some flags, and if you go up here, have chairs for all the pillagers to sit and, watch the fight. This is kind of the best seat in the house, so I imagine whoever's organizing it would have this bell to signal rounds like in a boxing match. I'm in creative, so I can't ring it. So, fight pit. It's another workroom, same design as the last one. So this room, I imagined it as kind of a private meeting room. So on the outside, I made closed doors, which kind of goes against the pillagers. They don't really have any closed doors, but I decided to make an exception for this in another room. So you open this, added a couple flags. So if a small group needs to meet for something private, they can come in here. Have some privacy with the closed doors. So here are the stairs. They kind of generated weirdly in this mansion. They left this kind of strange, kind of half room below the stairs. I don't really know what to do with. But here are the stairs. go up. Famous pillager face and wool on the back. Here's another study room, same design as the other ones. Here's the big library, an enchanting room. So, pillager clerics, they come here and enchant their books. Got a big library, seats over here, tables. Added a lot of torches in this one. This room is really poorly lit. And added some ladders here, so you can actually get to the books on the top. This is the map room. So I kind of expanded the map, made it kind of look like it's an actual map. Added more ominous flags, bookshelf, cartography table. This is the executive meeting room. So I added some more doors. This room used to be something else, so I kind of repurposed it. Added a lectern here for people to speak in front of the pillager elders. A lot of chairs here. I added this black, gray, black carpet pattern. I think matches the vibe pretty well. This is kind of for more serious discussions with the leaders. Added more flags. Last room is the executive quarters, right next to the executive meeting room. So a lot of chairs and desks for the villager leaders to do their work. Sleeping area in here for them. A couple flags. And that's the last room. So I hope you enjoyed my tour of the Woodland Mansion. I had a lot of fun working on this project. It was really fun to look at all the rooms and try to see what I could make out of them, how I could improve them. And I might do this with the pillager outposts or other structures in Minecraft. Overall, I had a lot of fun with this project, so if you enjoyed, please give the video a like. And thanks for watching. Peace.